Welcome to Clutch 10, the podcast where we talk about sports 10 questions at a time. My name is Jake Crumley, and I am joined by my co-host today.
I'm Ronnie Hensley. How are we doing?
Good. How are you doing? Anything happened today for you?
No, actually, today was very uneventful. This is kind of the highlight of my day. Yeah.
I was the opposite. I had a super eventful day.
Oh, really?
I don't think I told you about this. I had an event with the 49ers.
I saw something on your story about it. Yeah, but I know exactly
Yes. I was at Levi's Stadium today for an event that the 49ers run. This is their third year doing it. It's called Students at the Stadium. So it's basically you have to fill out an application. There were like 500 plus applications. They accepted about half. I think it was 230.
Wow.
So it's kind of a little bit of luck of the draw type of thing. But I got in, and basically it's just they have a bunch of their workers there from like a bunch of different like teams, like business, HR, player engagement, which are like the people helping these players off the field. Their assistant general manager. We're hearing it's just a lot of panels from them. We get to ask questions. There was stuff for like if like you might have won like a signed Christian McCaffrey helmet,
Wow.
like mini helmet, stuff like that. But it was more for like the learning aspect as like a student. It was like only Bay Area college students. There were like 18 different colleges in the Bay Area that they opened up applications to. But yeah, it was a lot of just listening, learning, and then networking. At the end there was like a 45-minute networking portion, and I actually got to have a little conversation with the assistant general manager with 49ers.
Wow.
I got to ask him a couple questions. I asked him I think I asked him a couple of other smaller questions, but my big question was like, one downside of being a very good drafting team is that you draft a lot of good players, but you can't keep them all. And he's the guy that's like in charge for the 49ers of managing their salary cap. So I asked him like, how do you draw the line of when to look to the draft to replace players and when to spend that money on extending players you drafted?
It's a good question.
But
what did he say?
I got to talk to him a bit.
What did he say?
It was along the lines of, well, when you are trying to spend this money, the best way to go about it is with these extensions before they hit free agency, because usually you get it at a cheaper price, because in the free agent market there's more competition and that drives up the price. And when you're just negotiating with a player and like you're the only option, it's going to be a lot cheaper, and you're going to be able to hold on to those players for cheaper. And that's the main goal. So like if you want to keep a player, the best way to do it is through extension.
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah.
How'd you hear about that? You said Bay Area?
Yeah. So like different departments send it out at your schools. Like your school's department should be sent, like your like their career department should have sent it out. Like I think I met a guy from SF State. I met a couple people from SF State. I met a broadcasting major from SF State.
The Beccas, yeah.
But yeah, no, I didn't even hear it from that though. I heard it from Ethan, my one of my former roommates, one of my friends. I co-founded the sports analytics club at San Jose State University with him just this semester.
Yeah, shout out.
But
shout out Ethan.
yeah, he sent it to me. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So thank you to him for putting me on that, because it was a really good experience. And
I bet.
You know, I got like this little thing, and with my name on it, all official. I was wearing that around.
We're moving up in the world, guys.
Yes.
It's getting crazy.
It was exciting.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's move on. Enough about us. The way this podcast works is we have 10 questions prepared, including some of the biggest, most relevant topics in football right now, some surprise questions, some games, and much more. In the future, some questions may be from you guys in the comments, so make sure to drop your best questions in the comments that you want to see be answered on the podcast, along with any general topics you want to see us talk about. At the midway point, Ronnie and I will also be diving into a little bit of head-to-head trivia, which we do every episode. Currently, I am ahead all time 4-2. So Ronnie, you got a little bit of catching up to do, huh? Yeah. Also make sure to stick it towards the end to see us get a little bit off topic, see what we like outside of sports, and that's about it. Anything else you got before we get into it, Ronnie?
No, let's jump into it. Let's go.
All right. So how we're going to start off today, we've done some top 10 lists in the past couple of weeks, but a lot happened in this week of the NFL, week 11. And there are a lot of shakeups and big matchups. And what I want to start off this week talking about is just going through who are our top 10 NFL teams.
Yeah.
So power rankings, really, right? Who are our top 10 in the power rankings right now?
To start off, I agree. This is one of the
Don't.
most competitive seasons that we've seen in a long while.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
some of the teams I had to leave off this list, and even
Yeah.
just the top 10 in general, I was really struggling. So I'm gonna go with some of the people I left off first.
Yep.
The Chargers did not make my list.
Mm-hmm.
They're just off. Despite being 7-3, the Bears are not on my list.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm being realistic here. The
Okay.
Steelers and Ravens, I had to leave off my list. Trust me, I really wanted to put the Steelers in the top 10. But
The Steelers and Ravens aren't even on my honorable mentions list. I'll say that.
I think that with Lamar Jackson back, the Ravens are looking a lot better. Uh,
They're probably my fourth team off. I had three teams in my honorable mentions list. The first two are the same as yours. The Bears are my first team off, and the Chargers are my second team off.
mhm.
My third team off is the Packers. I'll say that.
Okay.
But
The Packers did make my list. They're number 10.
all right, that's a good
So
way to segue into it,
they're
huh?
right on the cusp, yeah. Who do you have at number
All
10?
right. I have the 49ers. Now, I'm biased. I'll admit it. They're my favorite team, but this is an unbiased take
Mhm.
because this week against the Cardinals, who have been a serviceable defense all year, we saw that defense we saw the 49ers offense all the way healthy for the first time since the first drive of the season.
Yeah. And still
The
not all
first
the way
time
healthy
since
because
then.
we're missing Ayuk.
Yeah.
And but I'm just
But
saying,
yeah.
like we're still putting up crazy numbers even without or technically wide receiver one.
Yeah. You know, and even with the defense being so injured and you're not going to get guys like Bosa and Warner back, but man, that offense when it's healthy, I do think is a top 5 offense in the league with Shanahan running it.
Yeah.
And
My,
I don't know if it matters whether Purdy or Jones is in. I think when you have Kittle back, when you have Pearsall back, when you have Jennings back, when you have the offensive line healthy, that is a top 5 offense,
yeah.
no
I
matter the quarterback.
completely agree.
Who do you have at number
Number
number 9?
9, I know they just lost, and we'll get to them in a second. The Detroit Lions are my number 9.
Same.
Same. Wow. Yeah. I mean, super
Yeah.
solid team. It's just this year especially, there's a lot of teams that are really strong.
Yeah, I have some question marks about the offense, like very small ones, but I do. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Um, I still think they're a great team. I'm not bought in on the ceiling as much as I am some of the teams above them. But
Really.
who do you have at number 8?
Number 8, the 49ers. I have the
Oh,
49ers at number 8. Specifically because of what we were talking about. It seems like so many uh Kyle Shanahan's running such a good like system that you can plug and play like pretty much anyone and you're gonna find success. So it doesn't matter what the roster is on the 49ers. I feel like uh they just keep finding ways to win.
yeah,
And I
I
do want
agree.
to see them when they start, getting the ball rolling with their starting offense. And
One thing I dock the Niners for is if you go through their schedule, all the bad teams they beat, which is good, but any semblance of a good team, they've been losing very consistently. And I just need them to prove to me that they can beat a good team first.
fair enough.
That's out of the division.
Yeah,
Because beating the Rams and Seahawks interdivision, anything can happen in divisional games. You know, Dolphins just
exactly.
beat the Bills. So,
Well, speaking of the Bills, they're my number 7.
really? Okay. I am wondering right now. You had the Packers at 10. I had the Packers off my list. You had to kick somebody off your list in order to make room for the Packers. I'm going to assume that's my number 8 in the Buccaneers. Did you leave the Buccaneers off your top 10?
The Buccaneers are not in my top 10. Yeah.
Okay, I had the Buccaneers at 8. That's very interesting. So I have the Buccaneers at 8 because one, Baker's cool off. He's still playing the best football of his career, in my opinion.
Hmm.
I also know that the Buccaneers can keep it like that build like they can make these high octane really close games against these top tier teams like the Bills. They can keep those close. They can win those. Like they were very much in reach to win that Bills game. And all season, any good team they've played, they've really beat or like they haven't been crushed by anybody.
This is
Like
true.
everything's either close or they're beating everybody. And I love the defensive scheme. I love the aggressive defensive scheme with Bulls. And I do think the run. I mean, Sean Tucker and Rashad White are doing a pretty good job in Bucky Irving's place, but I think I'm higher on Bucky Irving than most. And once, if he ever comes back, because we don't know what's going on with the injury, but when he comes back, if he ever does, I do love that Buccaneers team, but
I just think
kind of like the Lions, I don't know about their ceiling
I
yet.
was gonna say just like the Lions, I think for both sides of the ball, I just don't. I'm very questionable about their ceiling. Like the teams I have on this list, I feel like either offensively or defensively, we can see like a surge, and I'm just not too confident in the Buccaneers, but we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. No, when we get to 7 here, that's when I start to think about maybe that Super Bowl ceiling. Maybe, I don't know. But you said you had the Bills at 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So 6 and 5, I'm debating on, but I think I'm gonna leave it at this. Number 6, I have the Seahawks.
okay.
And I'll just get out of the way. Number 5, Broncos. And they're both kind of they're very similar teams. Super strong
Mm-hmm.
defenses. Like there's a case for both
Mm-hmm.
defenses to be the best in the league. And then offenses, I think the Seahawks have been more consistent, but I also feel like Sam Darnold is more prone. We'll get to him soon.
We will.
He's more prone to those, collapse type of games. Like I don't think Bo Nix, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think he's had like a truly terrible game this season. But he hasn't had, that many great ones.
On tape, yes, I will say. Statistically, no. Not
That's what I
not
meant.
too
Yeah.
bad. Week 1 against I think it was the week 1 against the Titans, he did not play well. But since then, he's been on the stat sheet. It hasn't been bad at all. Okay, I'm gonna catch up to you because I'm still on 7. At 7, I have the Seahawks, so I have them one lower than you.
Okay.
At 6, I have the Colts, who you have yet to mention, so that means they're top 4 or they're not on your list.
We'll see.
And then at 5, I have the Broncos, like you.
Okay.
Um, the Seahawks, I we got a lot of hate for neither of us having Sam Darnold on our top 10 quarterbacks
No,
list.
Sam Darnold was my number 10. Don't you forget.
Was he?
Yes, he
Oh,
was.
he was your number 10. Okay. But people were upset that he was really low, and people were upset that he was just off my list. And I think that there's a reason for that. And the fact of the matter is that once he started to get a run of good teams at the end of last year with the Vikings, he looked really bad. He did look really bad. The last 2 weeks plus the playoffs were all good teams, and he fell apart. And part of it is the Rams historically have been his kryptonite, but he did fall apart there. But we'll
Yeah.
get more. I'll get deeper into that.
Yeah.
The six, the Colts. Um, these top 6, there's gonna be a good 4-team stretch here from like 2 to 6 or like 3 to 6, where I could care less about the order.
Yeah,
Like they are so neck
it's
and neck.
really difficult to rank these teams.
Like the Colts, obviously you love that run game. Daniel Jones is starting to falter a little bit. It's something to note in those last 2 weeks, but
Yeah.
obviously JT is great. And then the defense, I think the addition of Sauce Gardner is huge. And then the Broncos, I do think are a legit. I'd say they're my second best defense in the league. I'll get to who my best defense in the league is later. But if the offense can be serviceable, that defense can carry them. It
Exactly.
can. I've denied it in the past weeks, but I'm starting to buy in a little bit more just because of
That
how much I
Chiefs
love the
win, yeah.
defense.
My number 4, I have a sneaking suspicion this might be a top team for you, but we'll see. My number 4 is the Patriots.
Okay.
I think there are 3 teams better than the Patriots. I mean, Drake
I don't
May.
hate that.
Drake May has been amazing, but we're talking about the teams as a whole. And I mean, they're
Yeah,
winning games, but I'm still not fully bought in. I think we kind of need to slow our roll here when it comes to the
that's fair.
Patriots.
Number 4 is the Bills for me, who I'm a lot higher on than you. Josh Allen just had 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's
I'm fully bought in. Like I was kind of iffy on Josh Allen carrying this year. Like he really hadn't done it as much, but like I don't know. Josh Allen is playing really high level ball. Even though his weapons aren't crazy still, like Keon Coleman, I'm kind of bought out on him. James Cook is good when they're playing good, but when he's bad, they're playing bad. I don't know. I love Josh Allen, and I think the defense they can make plays. They're not an elite defense, but they can make plays. And when you have Josh Allen, the sky's the limit. You know.
Exactly. And like the same sentiment you were saying earlier, I think my 7 to like 3, all interchangeable really. Like
Yeah.
like tomorrow my list will probably be completely different.
Yeah.
But today,
Who do you have at 3?
number 3, I have the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay. I have the Patriots there.
Okay.
That's where I have them. So we're not too far off on that. I think I do understand like slowing our roll with the Patriots. Like they haven't had the hardest schedule. And their hardest opponents have been like the Bills, which is interdivisional. But I'm buying the run game now. I'm buying Travion Henderson and I'm buying the protection.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've been bought into Drake May. And I am as high as you're ever going to see on Mike Vrabel. I mean, man, look at those Tennessee teams he took to the 1 seed.
Yeah.
They weren't good. Like
Just
they
Derrick
weren't very
Henry
good
and
teams.
friends.
It was
Yeah.
Derrick Henry and Jack All,
Yeah.
Ryan Tannehill, and
Yeah,
he
he made
put
Ryan
together great
Tannehill look good.
defenses.
It's crazy.
I know.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you with Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
My number 2, which I'm pretty confident this is your number 1. But I was wrong about the Patriots, so we'll see. My number 2 is the Rams.
Who am I missing for you to be putting number 1? Well, mine. Whoa, is your number 1 the Colts?
Well, since you said it, yes. My number 1 is the Indianapolis Colts. I still think they're the best team in the league. Their last loss came to the Steelers, but you know, all jokes aside, the Steelers are a very unpredictable team game to game. Like you really never know what you're gonna get. And I don't fault Daniel Jones for losing against that team. They have they still have the highest point differential out of any team in the league, and it's not even relatively close. They're let me just double check. They're like 115 points ahead. Uh,
Yeah,
it's
interesting. Okay.
just super solid team. Offense is still incredible. Jonathan
I
Taylor.
mean, okay. My only problem here is that at least since the beginning of the season, they beat the Broncos in week 2. But since then, good teams they've played, they lost to the Rams, they beat the Chargers, they lost to the Steelers. Outside of that, it's been really bad teams they've played against, and I don't know. I think I'm bought in on Daniel Jones to the extent that he is now a serviceable starting quarterback and not a bench guy. I'm not bought into Daniel Jones and the fact that he's a ceiling raiser for a team. I'm also I don't know. I think that first of all, let me finish out my list. What am I talking about? Number 2 is the Eagles for me.
Okay.
That is what I think is the best defense in the league. With the way Jalen Phillips is playing right now, I think the Eagles have the best defense in the league.
Wow.
And now that the secondary is healthy, I think they are so strong at every single position. They're good on the interior line, like really good. Now they have the pass rushing because they went out and grabbed Jalen Phillips and he's playing his ass off. The linebacker room is super deep, and the secondary, when it's healthy, is very, very good. And even I would say the secondary is probably the weakest part when everything is healthy, but if the pass rush is playing well, that covers up holes in the secondary. And then yes, my number 1 is the Rams, like you predicted. Matthew Stafford is currently my MVP.
Same.
I'm gonna say exactly what I said last week. Stafford is my MVP. They have the weapons. They have the run game. They have Sean McVay. They have a very, very, very good front 7 on the defense, and I just like them all around more than I like any other team all around.
I think 2 and 1 are pretty interchangeable for me, but
Yeah.
I stuck with my gut and I went with the Colts till they prove me
Mm,
otherwise.
One question I have with the Colts: does Sauce Gardner cover up all their holes in the secondary? I'm not fully bought in on that yet.
I
I do
don't
love
I
Sauce
don't
Gardner though,
I don't
more
think
than
so, but
most people.
I don't think he's expected to cover up all their holes either. I think he's
Well,
just
yeah,
it's a supplement, like your vitamins
yeah,
in the
but
morning.
just from the standpoint of like, I'm trying to compare them to a team like the Rams, and it's just hard for me. I think I just like the Rams much more I'm trying to just find the path to liking the Colts more than the Rams. I just think the Rams are just much more all around. But I mean, I'm willing to put the Colts as high as 3. I don't think I'd put them over the Eagles too, just because of I was just glazing the Eagles defense, and that's exactly why I wouldn't put them, even though the Eagles offense is inconsistent right now. But yeah, I do think the Colts for me, like, if you want to call them a top 3 team, be my guest. I have no problem with that.
Yeah. All right, I think we should move on. Talk about somebody that we were kind of talking about on our list, and maybe a reason why this team has fallen off. Because I don't know about you, but a couple weeks ago, I had the Seahawks maybe as high as like top 3 or 2.
Hmm.
And so my question is, what happened? What happened to Sam Darnold?
Yeah, Sam Darnold just tanked the Seahawks in our power rankings, didn't
Yeah,
he? I think before this week I had them at 5. And I guess tanked is a strong word because they're at 7 now. And if you wanted to put them at 5 again with all these teams, it's so close. I wouldn't argue. But yeah, Darnold this week, 29 of 44 passing, 279 passing yards, 65.9 completion percentage. All that isn't that bad. Like all that is a solid game. But then 6.3 yards per attempt, 0 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. That's not a great
yeah,
game.
4 interceptions is crazy.
He was back to seeing ghosts, man. I
Yeah.
think the Rams are just a kryptonite.
And the only quarterbacks to have more interceptions than Sam Darnold this season, Tua and Geno Smith. So we're not really
Oh, that's great company to
in
be
good
with.
company, yeah.
um,
We'll have to see if this trend continues with Sam Darnold. Like you said, the Rams may just be his kryptonite. So I am really, circling this next game because I think it could be very
yeah.
telling.
Yeah, and he gets another chance against the Rams this season. That was only the first time the Rams and Seahawks have played. Um, maybe he proves us wrong. Maybe he goes out and looks a lot better next game, but I don't know. I think there is a thing with Sam Darnold and playing. I was kind of detailing this earlier in the power rankings, but I think there's a thing with him playing very, very well against average and below defenses versus like the great defenses like the Rams.
Hmm.
I don't think he has it. I think I mean, I want to go over why he was doing bad. First of all, his interior offensive line was not helping him. Uh, Anthony Bradford, the Seahawks right guard. I don't know if you see all the clips of him on social media. He's he's comedic to watch. It's kind of like you put like a 3-year-old brain into a grown man body, and then you watch him just kind of run around out there, absolutely clueless. It's insane. Um, but obviously, like Darnold didn't the offensive line isn't the reason that Darnold played so bad. He was missing reads. He was late to throws. He was hesitant with the ball in his hands, and I think he just looked scared to make mistakes, which I think is a kind of a trend for him. I think he looks like that against many good defenses. He gets scared to make mistakes, and when you're scared to make mistakes, your mistakes are going to multiply. You
Yeah,
can't play scared on the football field. You can't play timid.
yeah.
So,
You really
I
have to
think
have
that's
control.
yeah. And yeah, he just got outplayed by a very good Rams defense, and it's hard for me to believe that he's not going to get outplayed by really any very good defense he goes against.
Yeah, I mean we've seen it before with Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you have any other thoughts on Darnold? It's just
I'm just
I
I,
like seeing again.
I'm just
I
interested
like
to
these
see next
comeback
week.
stories.
I like to see what he does next week.
Yeah, I mean, s- great quarterbacks have had very off weeks before,
Yeah,
but I think also I was looking very much into this week because this was the first big like this was the first big opponent that the Seahawks were going to play healthy. Um, and Darnold failed. But let's move on to another team that kind of failed in a big matchup this week, the Lions. Were we wrong about the Lions offense? Because last week we were absolutely glazing the hell out of them after they had this amazing performance
we
against the
were.
Commanders. And what happened this week against the
We
Eagles?
had 9 points. Well, I mean, it's like you said, maybe the Eagles do have the best defense in the league.
Yeah.
But I just think it's a consistency issue with the Lions. We've seen what they can do. We've seen how high they can go. We've seen how far they can fall. I just like to see, them, pull together a string of, consistent games offensively.
Yeah.
So
Um,
I don't know. Were we
yeah.
wrong? What do you think?
I think one thing that was a very underrated loss for them this offseason, outside of the Ben Johnson loss and all the coaching loss, was the retirement of Frank Ragnow. Frank
Yeah.
Ragnow was a top probably 2 or 3 center in the league for me. And as you guys know, like centers on the offensive line is like that's the quarterback of the offensive line typically. That's the guy that is picking up the blitzes, that is communicating down each side of the line, that is really holding it together. And when you lose a vet like that, that is an all pro level guy, it's hard to just replace that. It's hard to replace that leadership and it's hard to replace that skill. And
Yeah, trust me,
I
center's
think we
hard.
saw the pass protection get a little bit exposed this week. And I think when for the Lions with Goff, when the pass protection isn't working well, Goff is going to be the same quarterback he's always been, where he can't throw under pressure. He
Yeah.
can't, and he's very inaccurate under pressure, and his footwork kind of breaks down. And also when the play action game isn't working, with when Goff can't let these route concepts develop and then kind of pick his poison on where he's going, he's always kind of had a lot of trouble, and just
Yeah.
isn't able to get into rhythm. And we saw that against the Eagles, 37.8 completion percentage, by the way.
Yeah, and this is just part of the Goff's play. Like this is not part of his game that I expect him to improve on. We've seen this with the Rams, all the
Hmm.
way back in
Yeah.
2018.
Yeah, it's just Goff, and that's kind of what you got to deal with. Like Goff is a very good quarterback, and I do think he has like he can lead like these top level teams. But yeah, it's kind of just Goff, and that's why I think I had them so. I think both of us had them so low on our power
Yeah,
rankings. Is that's not something that I feel like is gonna get better, and I am worried a little bit about the pass protection in relation to how Goff is gonna play.
yeah. Similar with the Sam Darnold situation. I'm just circling this next week. I want to see how they play.
Yeah.
And
Um.
another team that I'm circling for the rest of the season, really.
Yeah.
This may finally be the time the Chiefs miss the playoffs. What do you think? Do you think the
Yeah.
Chiefs are cooked?
Dude, we didn't have the Chiefs on either of our top tens or honorable mentions. We haven't said their name a single time this
Yeah.
episode. Which is crazy because they are the best team of the past what 8 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I think they've made the AFC Championship game every year since 2017 or 18,
I think 18 sounds about right.
and it's insane because not all for what I'll say about the Chiefs. Not only are they likely not a good candidate to go on any sort of playoff run this year, but I do think there is a very real possibility they miss the playoffs entirely. They sit in the 9 seed currently at 5-5 with a lot of good teams ahead of them, and they already have lost the tiebreaker to 4 of the teams they need to pass. So they need to pass 2 teams to even be in the playoff race. They've lost the tiebreaker to 4 teams because they've lost directly to the Jags, Bills, Broncos, and Chargers.
Yeah.
All 4 are playoff teams ahead of the Chiefs, and they need to pass 2 playoff teams.
Yeah, and
And it
I
doesn't help. They play the Colts this week, another team that's ahead of them.
yeah, that's a difficult game. Although I wouldn't be surprised. I know I just put the Colts at number one, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs did win that game. Uh,
Yeah,
but it's just yeah, it is hard to find a solid path for the Chiefs to make the playoffs. I don't think, unless barring a complete collapse, I don't think they're gonna win the division. I think the Broncos pretty much have that locked.
yeah, yeah,
Chargers are still 2 games ahead of the Chiefs right now. And then we look at the rest of the AFC. We have teams like the Jaguars are 6-4, Texans that are they're 500 just like the Chiefs, Bills who may not win the division but they're still gonna win that playoff spot. And then even the Ravens and Steelers maybe just maybe we might see a wild card from one of those teams. I just think it's such a competitive division and the Chiefs are so behind that it's
yeah.
nearly impossible.
One thing that could help them is if they do rally, they play the Texans and the Chargers this season. Still, they have one more matchup against the Chargers, and then they go against the Texans. And the Texans they have the tied record with. If they beat the Texans, that's an easy pass for them. And if the Chargers go on a little bit of a collapse, they could contribute to that with a win. But I don't know if I just am bought into that. And part of that is Mahomes isn't playing this like team elevating football that he's played in the past.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too deep into that with Mahomes not playing as well as he usually does, but he's not like he's not playing like a Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson like MVP. I am the team level this year. He
And
really isn't.
and I will say this seems even back to last season. Like I think the one of the big differences between this and last season is they were winning all the close games last season, and it just doesn't seem to
Yeah,
be the case. They're they're not pulling together those final stretch victories this season that we've seen from them.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm worried. Let's just say that. I'm worried.
I'm not worried. I hope they
If we're
I
doing the
hope they
panic
miss.
meter
I hope they're
on
gone.
whether they're gonna make the playoffs or not, I'm at a 9 out of 10 on the panic meter.
I'm worried they will make the playoffs. I want them gone. Get them out of here.
Or that. That's true. I was thinking about that from a sympathetic standpoint. But
No,
let's think about.
they don't get sympathy.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Um, let's get to the Weekly Doghouse. This is our recurring segment. This is week 3 of the Weekly Doghouse. Who is going to the Weekly Doghouse? So every week Ronnie and I each bring 2 players or coaches or teams or whatever, and we are putting them into the Weekly Doghouse for the atrocities that they have committed on or maybe even off the field. And every week we review the players that are already in there to determine if we want to unanimously release them.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, the whole entire Steelers roster is in there. And by the way, Ronnie is smiling at me right
Not
now.
the
I have a
whole
feeling he
roster.
brought another Steelers player. But
Oh, you'll see who I brought. You will see.
okay. Well, first of all, before we say who we brought, let's review who's in there. So
Mm-hmm.
from the very first week of the Doghouse, Roman Wilson still remains. And Ronnie, you put him in there because he attempted to make a maneuver.
And he fumbled the ball. He just fumbled the ball.
Clock to be run
Stop
down.
reminding me. He fumbled the goddamn ball, gave it to the Colts. And luckily, Joey Porter Jr. saved the day. But
yeah,
he right now he is.
I
still
think
in
it's
the
been long
doghouse.
enough.
Yeah.
It's been a couple weeks.
This one I'm debating.
He's a
on.
rookie. Or no, he's a second-year guy.
Well, how about he gets more than one catch in a game? Last game he had 1 reception, 17 yards, no touchdowns. As soon as he scores and makes up that interception, I'd be more willing to let him out.
He had a touchdown in that game.
But that was before the pick, so it doesn't matter. But you know what?
Dude, we've got to cut him a little bit of slack. Hey, the doghouse is filling up.
I'm feeling generous. Roman Wilson,
okay,
you may leave the doghouse.
All right, congrats, Roman Wilson. You're out of the doghouse. Let's just go through all the Steelers people you have. You also brought in a pair last week in Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin. But hey, they smoked the damn Bengals this week.
Here's what I'll say. Mike Tomlin, I'm sorry. I was angry. I was emotional. But I don't think you deserve to be in the doghouse. I think I was a little harsh. I think Mike Tomlin, you can come out. Aaron Rodgers, however,
all right, Mike
you
Tomlin
stay.
Released. Oh.
How are you gonna get injured? How are you gonna let
What do you mean? How are you gonna get injured?
How are you gonna
That's
get
not
injured?
his fault.
Number 1, how are you gonna get injured? Number 2, how are you gonna let Mason Rudolph outshine you? Our offense looked amazing with Mason goddamn Rudolph.
Hey, Mason Rudolph is a blessing, and you should thank Aaron Rodgers for allowing Mason Rudolph to be that blessing, I think.
Fine. You know what, Aaron Rodgers, you can come out. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood because
all right.
I want him to stay there.
We're clearing out the doghouse then because I think the last guy was a nominee from me, Olamide Zaccheaus. I think he gets released because my reasoning on putting him in there is that he was taking damn reps away from Luther Burden, who was looking good. And guess what happened this week? Zaccheaus, 0 targets. Burden, 3 catches. I'm happy.
You know what? I think he can leave as well.
So we've cleared the doghouse then.
Nobody's in until
we bring these 2. I can tell you're eager. I want to hear yours first.
Oh boy, I'm surprised you haven't guessed it yet. This person brought me immense anger.
Oh,
Jamar Chase.
I don't know.
For spitting on Jalen Ramsey. Not only did he spit on Jalen Ramsey rightfully defended himself and got ejected from the game. Jamar Chase got to stay.
Jamar Chase got the suspension, though.
He did get the suspension, but that's not enough. Only 1 game? Are you kidding me? This is practically vacation.
What?
He got suspended for 1 game. He still got to play out that game while Jalen Ramsey had to watch from the TV at home. Not only that, he lied about it at his press conference after the game. He straight up just lied. Jamar
There was
Chase.
video evidence.
There was straight up video evidence. Jamar Chase, you go in the doghouse, you think about your decisions. You don't spit on another grown man.
You
Especially
don't.
not
You don't. Especially
my glorious king, Jalen Ramsey.
and especially not in the face.
Yeah, especially not in
It's
the
funny
face.
because he defended himself by saying, "If I was going to spit on another guy, it wouldn't have been in the face." But what's even funnier is the video evidence does show he does that. Like
Yeah.
it's in his face.
Straight up spit in his face. Ugh,
Yeah,
boils
that
my
was
blood.
an interesting choice, to say the least.
Yeah.
All right, Jamar Chase into the Weekly Doghouse. My guy, I didn't want to get into him because I'm getting into him now, and we just talked about him. We're gonna have two great players in the Weekly Doghouse this week. I'm putting Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, wow.
Patrick Mahomes by no means is playing bad quarterback play. Bad quarterback play from Patrick Mahomes is at bare minimum league average quarterback play. But for a guy with such high expectations, a guy that's supposed to be an MVP candidate every year, a guy that's supposed to lead his team to a Super Bowl ceiling every year, a guy that has led his team to the AFC Championship game every year since he's been a starter, it's not cutting it this year.
Yeah.
It isn't. He simply just isn't playing well enough. He's making crucial mistakes. Like you had all the momentum coming out of the halftime at that game of the Broncos Chiefs game, and you had the whole like you had such a big chance to gain all the momentum. You drove all the way downfield
Yeah.
right at a halftime, finally getting some offensive momentum, and then you throw one of the worst picks of your career.
Yeah, terrible decision. And then after that, like with chances to, take the lead, just 3 and out. 3 and out. There's no clutch in Mahomes in that last game.
And there's no excuse for him either. I know the run game isn't there, and the run game is very crucial to building a competent offense, right? But you also Patrick Mahomes, and you also have good weapons. Rashee Rice is a top 15 receiver in the league in my eyes. You have Xavier Worthy, who is a very, very solid wide receiver too. You have Travis Kelce. I honestly think Travis Kelce is playing the best football he's played in like 2 years. I think he's playing very, very well. I don't think he's lost it at all. I think he's and obviously he has that connection with Mahomes.
Yeah.
So just the fact that Mahomes isn't capitalizing on all this.
Yeah. I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
That's it. Okay. Let's move from the Weekly Doghouse. Enough hate. Let's get to something more
Jamar
fun.
Chase.
We're flipping the switch. What time is it, Ronnie?
It's trivia time.
Oh, never mind. We're not flipping the switch. We're gonna still be angry. But it is trivia time, and we're gonna bring back something this week that we did 2 episodes ago, correct, Ronnie?
Yeah, I think so.
It is the initials game. We're each gonna say a letter at the same time. I'm gonna be the first one. Ronnie's gonna be the second one. We'll say them at the same time, but those 2 letters will be the initials.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm first initial, Ronnie's second initial. First person to name a player with those initials, all time or current, gets a point. First to 3 points wins.
All right.
And just to preface this, we each have 1 clutch coin, which if you don't know what that is, it's basically a freebie that you get for like winning some other game, like a draft in the podcast or anything like that. So we each have 1 clutch coin. What would a clutch coin do today? Would it negate a point?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's just get into it. Let's yeah, we're running a little short on time, so let's do this. All right. I'm first initial, Ronnie second initial. Come up with a letter in 3, 2, 1. A.
E. Austin Eckler.
Oh, okay. Dang it. All right, Ronnie has 1 point.
And it's
It is
first to
up-
3.
Ronnie's
First
up
to
1-0. First to 3, yes. All right.
Help me. God help me.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
G.
RG. Robert Griffin III.
Or is he
Did
still
you
in the
say
league?
G
Are we
G?
doing current and
we're-
all time?
We're doing all time too. First.
Okay. Yeah, I did say G. Okay.
Okay. 1-1. All right. 3, 2, 1. P.
R.
Paul Rudd.
All right.
Patrick Root.
PJ Harvey. PJ Harvey. Oh, that's RJ Harvey. Shit.
Who?
Don't worry about it.
Wait, isn't Paul Reed a cornerback?
I don't know.
Patrick Ricard,
Damn it.
Ravens fullback.
I
Let's
couldn't
go.
think of a guy.
2-1.
It's
I
hard
do
on the
think
spot.
Paul Reed is correct, but I wasn't sure, so I wasn't gonna give
I
myself.
said Paul Rudd. But
All right. Game point. Ronnie.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. T.
E.
Um.
Oh God. Travis Etienne.
Dang. It's a good one. All right, we're 2-2. Next point wins,
Okay.
unless we sneak in a clutch coin. All right. 3, 2, 1. M.
A.
What did you say? N?
I said A.
Oh, M-A. Um.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
What? Why am I'm blanking on M-A.
Me too.
Um. I feel there's gotta be one.
That's what I'm saying. There's got
Mike. Mike.
Mike Allen.
Mitch.
There's gotta be a guy named Mike Allen. Mitch Allen. I'm just gonna name them all now so I can look
Mitch.
him up later.
Matt.
Marcus Avery.
Okay, you want to skip?
Yeah, let's move
Let's
on.
just skip. All right. All right. 3,
Wait, wait, wait.
2, 1. So okay, you gotta think of one. All
Fine,
right,
fine.
3,
I got it.
2, 1. D.
H.
DeMar Hamlin.
Oh, God damn it. That motherfucker. I'm using my
Eh.
clutch coin.
Clutch coin.
I'm using
First
my
clutch coin
coin.
used. All right. I think it's a point for me. It's back to 2-2.
Oh, God.
All right.
I gotta lock in for
Ronnie
this.
no longer has any clutch coins for trivia. All right.
Wow.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
J.
RG or J?
J.
RJ? What? That's tough. J is a tough last name.
Yeah.
Ryan. I don't know.
Gotta be
Let's
some
skip.
Jones, like
Skip.
Ryan Jones or something. I don't know.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. S.
B.
SB. Dude. Sam
Jesus.
Bradford.
Oh my God.
Bang.
And I lost a coin.
Bang. Another
hard.
trivia win, and I wasted a Ronnie clutch coin. All right, let's
We
go.
just
That's a
can't
dub for
stop
me.
taking
I am now up
L's.
5-2 all time. Let's go.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. All right. Quick trivia for the day. Let's move on to question number 6. We're going to ease back into the analytical stuff. I want to talk about something more fun. Ronnie, you texted me during the Thursday Night Football game last week that you loved those Patriots rivalry jerseys.
Something
So
about
I just want to
those
talk about what
jerseys.
are our favorite NFL jerseys?
Well, since you brought it up, something about those jerseys. It's like a gray, but a little bit of like that blue hint. The
Yes.
stars on the shoulder, the tone of the red. I don't know. It was pleasing on the eyes.
Yes. Those
I
are
loved
great.
it.
I have one other rivalry jersey that I love even more that I talked to you about. I love the Niners one. Again, I'm a Niners fan. Call me biased. I don't care. That Niners one is so nice. The black with the writing.
It's good. But I will say it's not my favorite. My favorite Niners jersey, I also talked to you about this. Those white alternate jerseys. Something about the
Yeah.
lettering. I don't know why, but
Yes.
when I see it on the field, it looks so good.
Yep, for sure. Another one that I liked this season that I think is new this season is the Texans H-Town blue jerseys. The navy blue
Yes,
H-Town.
those
I don't
ones
know
are
if you
good.
remember them.
I do,
They
yeah.
played against the Niners in them. And I love like the dark blue with like the electric red and the other electric blue, and it just pops. It pops on those
Yes.
jerseys. I love that.
Speaking of pops, I have two. I think they're outdated. I know one is. I think the other one is. I'm not sure. First, the Bumblebee, the
Okay.
Steelers Bumblebee. Guys, just shout that one out.
Just get out of here.
It's so ugly that it works. And then the Seahawks neon green. That like those neon green
Yeah.
jerseys.
I have them on
I'm a
my
big
list
fan.
because they still wear those. That's like one of the OG Color Rush jerseys. I had 2 OG Color Rush jerseys on here. It was the Seahawks, and then I love the Titans OG Color Rush jerseys. I just love that like kind of like powder blue color.
And but my favorite jerseys. I don't think they wear these anymore.
Okay.
the yellow Rams jerseys, all yellow with that like really
Oh,
deep dark blue. Something about those jerseys.
I
Man,
used to
I love
hate
those
those.
jerseys. They're my
I
favorite.
used to hate those. When they wore them, I hated them because it's like, what are we doing? Piss yellow, man? Like, what are we doing? But I think I've grown to love them now that they're gone.
Yeah, I
I
really
took
do
it for
miss them.
granted.
I really do miss those jerseys.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's move on. That was meant to be just a
Yeah, fun little.
a shorter segment. It's just something Ronnie brought up. I thought it was worth talking about, and we that's some stuff that we like to talk about. So get some fun stuff out of the way. But let's get back into a little bit more analytical stuff. And one guy that had a career game this last week was Bryce Young. He put up what 450 passing yards, I think 3 touchdowns, and led the Panthers to a comeback victory over the Falcons. And my question for today about the Panthers is: are the Panthers a real playoff threat with Bryce Young, especially with how he's been playing at least this last week?
Uh, Probably not. But I mean, they are
Yeah.
very frisky, and I'm excited to see how they fare next season. I mean, they're still doing pretty
Yeah.
well, but I think it's the same situation with the Chiefs. The season specifically is just so competitive. You're gonna need to beat out like two wild card spots from the NFC West. Not to mention teams like the Bears and the Packers. Uh, and then even like yeah,
Yeah. It's nice to say that they're fun because you know what? We don't get to say that often about the Panthers. We don't.
they're
And
yeah
they're fun, and that's okay. Like they're I'm not fun doesn't have to mean they're a bad team. Like they're a good team and they're a fun team. And most teams aren't fun, and they are. And it's just hard for me to see them like actually make the playoffs because they have to beat two like of the teams ahead of them again, like the Chiefs, right? Like you're
yeah.
saying, like they're the 9 seed. They have to pass two of the top 8 teams in the NFC. And the top 8 teams in the NFC are the Eagles, Rams, Bears, Buccaneers, Seahawks, Packers, 49ers, Lions. I just can't see two of those teams falling out of the playoff
Yeah.
race for the Panthers.
I mean, there is a world. I mean, the Buccaneers have already lost
Yeah,
a handful of their last games. There is a world where the Panthers somehow, sneak past the Bucks in the South.
yeah, it's not impossible.
It isn't impossible, but I think it's pretty improbable,
Yeah,
especially if they don't win their division.
but you know what? I like watching the Panthers, and it's been years since that happened. So
Yeah,
good for the Panthers.
good for
All
the
right, let's move
Panthers.
on. The Panthers have been kind of a more surprising team this season. Yeah, would you say?
I'd say
I
they're
mean,
pretty surprising.
I feel like their win line was around 7 wins maybe, and they're already at 6, 7. So they're definitely surpassing expectations right now. But let's go to the opposite side of the spectrum. Which team has been the most disappointing this season? Who do you got?
I wrote down three, but
Same.
really one comes to mind: the Falcons. Every year I look at
Whoa.
I mean, I feel like every year it seems on the surface are building on top of what they have. You go Bijan, Drake London, we're adding pieces, we're adding that. We finally have, I know you're very low on Michael Penix, but supposedly the franchise guy, and yet every year they're just, mid. Not terrible. Not really in contention for the playoffs, just mid. And I'm just
That's
disappointed because
fair.
I want to see, something, come from them.
Yeah. I mean, I can see why they would be disappointing as a whole for like football as a whole. Not really for me, just because I didn't have high expectations for them. Um, mm, I want to go through some of my honorable mentions first, just like really quickly. They've been disappointing for more like one reason.
Hmm.
So the Chiefs, they're disappointing because they're expected to be a Super Bowl contender and they're not. And Mahomes is supposed to be great and he hasn't been too great. Commanders, disappointing because obviously last year you go to the NFC Championship game and then this year you can't avoid injury, and it
Yeah.
sucks. And then the Vikings, you expect JJ McCarthy to come in with one of the best situations for a young quarterback and at least play all right. And in my opinion, he's done very little to impress me. And maybe they would be my most disappointing team if I had higher expectations for JJ McCarthy because I've never been the highest JJ McCarthy guy. But it is what it is. My real most disappointing team, it is the Raiders.
Wow.
I was high on the Raiders. I was a Geno Smith stan going into this season. I thought that was such a good move for them, but he's been really bad.
Yeah, it's
He's,
just,
I mean, I made the argument earlier in the season in one of our earliest episodes that he's a bottom five starting quarterback in the league right now, and I don't know if my opinion's changed on that.
yeah, that's how far it's
And the
fallen.
offensive line, exactly. I mean, yeah, the offensive line also like they've made Ashton Genty disappointing because he can't get within 1 yard of the line of scrimmage before he gets hit.
Yeah,
He gets
against
hit
safety.
behind
Yeah.
the line of scrimmage every game.
Uh,
Yeah.
before we move on, I'm just gonna bring up two other teams I kind of circled. Just the Bengals and the Commanders. Bengals just disappointing because we need to protect Joe Burrow. He's getting injured damn near every
Mm-hmm.
season. And Commanders, I mean, just going from NFC Championship to really not even making the playoffs.
Yes,
But both of those are kind of more about like injuries and just things not really going their way, rather than the teams, underperforming.
for sure, for
But
sure.
speaking of
All right.
bad teams,
Yeah, yeah. Um, I like to give bad teams some appreciation on these podcasts because, a lot of the time you're just talking about the great teams and the playoff teams, and rightfully so, right? You want to talk about the best product of the NFL, but sometimes the NFL fans of these bad teams don't get enough love. So today, Ronnie and I are drafting rosters from only the worst NFL teams, only the teams with 2 wins or less. So it'll be the same rosters we drafted last week, or same style rosters where we have one quarterback, one running back, two wide receivers, a tight end, an offensive line, a defense, and a coach. And we are only drafting from these teams that are 2 wins or less: the Jets, Browns, Titans, Saints, and Giants. And we just get to pick whoever we want at whatever position, and yeah, fill up our roster. So, Ronnie, would you like? I'll give you the honors. Do you want the first pick or do you want the turn?
I'll take the first pick.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go Jackson Dart at QB. I really think there's no other good QB on this list. I gotta,
There
gotta,
really isn't.
gotta take Jackson Dart while I can.
Damn it. Ah. Okay, well, I get 2 picks here. I think I'm going to start out on the other side of the ball. I think I'm going to actually take the Browns defense to start because
Mm,
I think they're the only good defense on this list.
yeah.
Defense plays a large role. I can hold off on quarterback because it's not like you're going to be drafting another one. Let's go and get a. Also, I'm only drafting from the guys that aren't going to be out all season. Is that the way you're doing it? Like I'm not drafting Malik Neighbors. I'm not drafting Cam Scatabo. Was that
Yeah. We can do
Were you
people
planning on
where.
drafting those type of guys? Okay. I'm gonna get the guy that I think is by far the best weapon out of these 5 teams in Garrett Wilson.
Mm, I don't hate it. Um, speaking of weapon at tight end, I might as well just grab Njoku.
All right.
I think he's a pretty good tight end. And then
Yeah, yeah.
it is difficult. But you know what? I don't hate Brees Hall. I'll take Brees Hall.
Yeah. That's where I would have gone. I like that a lot for you. Give me I'm just gonna really, really focus on these weapons early. Give me Chris Olave
Yeah, it's
as
good.
my wide receiver too.
Good
So
pick.
that's the 2 best wide receivers. I love that. And then after that, give me the Jets offensive line. I don't think there's a great offensive line on this list, but I do think the Jets are significantly the best. I think they've gotten their tackle situation figured out. They just need a little bit of work on the interior, but I think that can work.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Um, shit. I don't know where to go from here, but I'm gonna pick up a guy that kind of underrated, and I like him. I'm gonna go with Wandale Robinson.
I love it. He would have been my next wide receiver.
Super underrated Giants wide receiver. Had him on my fantasy team last year. Goated, straight up goated.
Yeah.
Now we're kind of in a little bit of difficult territory. I don't really know where to go from here. I still have a wide receiver, my O line, my defense, and my coach. But I'm gonna stick with the Browns. I'm gonna go Jerry Judy. who was on your winning.
Preach.
He was on your winning roster.
I forgot to mention that. Last week we drafted off the wheel, and we let the comments decide who the best team was. And the comments decided my team was the best team, so I get a clutch coin.
Yeah, and you guys decide. You guys decide which one of these teams is the best.
Yes. You guys are also deciding this. I forgot to mention that earlier, but that's where my clutch coin came from earlier. So I forgot to mention that. So if I ran into a situation earlier where I needed to use the clutch coin, that's what it would have came from, the draft last week, because I did win that draft. Okay. The guy I was praying for you not to take here is Kevin Stefanski as head coach, because while there aren't really any stellar options at the coaching spot here, Stefanski has won Coach of the Year twice, and I know a lot of Browns fans are upset with him right now, but he's the only proven guy out of these 5 teams. I mean, 2 of these teams don't have a head coach right now. The Giants fired their head coach, and the Titans fired their head coach. But out of the other 3 teams that have a head coach, he's the only non-first year one, and the other teams are obviously bad. So
yeah, and I'm not taking Aaron Glenn.
yeah, I know you're not. And then my other pick, I'm just gonna go with Quinshon Judkins at running back. I'm really hammering in the Browns.
I don't think it matters because I got my O line, my defense, and my coach left, so we're not really overlapping here. In that case, you can just fill it out. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
My coach, I'm gonna go with Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
He's the only good option left.
Yep.
Defense is difficult, but yeah, I gotta think about which defense to go with here. I mean, there really are no good options.
I'll tell you who I would take. I would probably take the Giants. Just because
even the Giants, like they let up a lot of points.
Yes, but if we're talking about the best players, like Brian Burns is probably the best defensive player left on any of these teams. He's had a very good year.
But you know what? I'm gonna be a little risky. I'm gonna take the Saints defense. Because why not?
Interesting. Okay.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah. Was that everything for you?
No, I still have my O line. Fuck it. Let's just go with the Saints O line. We got the O line, defense, and the coach.
I would have also taken the Giants O line, but you know what? It's okay. I mean, there's not really a big difference. Okay. My last 2 positions. Tight end, again, I'm hammering the Browns right now. Harold Fannin Jr. over a guy like Juwan Johnson.
Wow.
I really like him. So he's going to be my tight end. And then my quarterback. Imagine Cam Ward. Instead of being surrounded by Elik Aomanor and Calvin Ridley and Tony Pollard and a terrible O-line, he gets surrounded by at least an average Jets O-line, plus the weapons of Quinshon Judkins, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, and Harold Fannin Jr. I guarantee he's in the lead for Rookie of the Year. I guarantee it.
I don't know, man. Jackson Dart has the sauce, but we'll see. You guys decide who's the best team.
All right, yes. You guys decide in the comments who wins that draft between Ronnie and I drafting from the worst teams in the league. Let's move on to question number 10. Our weekly segment, the Clutch Call. The Clutch Call is a segment where Ronnie and I have to agree on the outcome of either a list or a question. And this week it's a list, and we are ranking all of the backup quarterbacks to start multiple games this season.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to rank how good we think they are. There's 6 of them: Mac Jones, Jacoby Brissett, Jake Browning, Cooper Rush, Tyrod Taylor, and Carson Wentz. So I think number 1's pretty.
Yeah, I think we start top and go down. I'm gonna go Mac Jones.
Do we need to talk about that? I mean, just to put it simply, Mac Jones has earned himself a starting spot somewhere next season, and I think he's really the only one that has done that. Let's move on to number 2. Who would you put at number 2?
I'm not sure if mine is different from yours. Maybe I'm gonna put Tyrod Taylor at number 2.
I don't hate it.
I have confidence and Tyrod over a guy like Jacoby Brissett or Carson Wentz at this point.
I have Brissett at 2.
Mm.
Just saying, Brissett just set the record for most completions in a game ever. He got blown out, but he did do that. He
Yeah,
went 47 of 57.
that is crazy. But you know what? We'll put him at 2. But Jesus, that's not a good thing. Maybe it's good for Brissett
how,
to have those completions, but I mean,
how do you,
in
how
terms
do
of
you
the
know it's not a
team,
good thing?
in terms of the team, I don't know if that's a good thing. But
I'm okay putting Taylor at 3.
okay.
Taylor was my 4. I had Wentz at 3,
I'm fine with Wentz at
but
4.
I'm perfectly okay with putting Taylor over Wentz.
Okay, yeah, we can do Taylor then Wentz. Who is?
I will say the one thing that Wentz and Brissett have over Taylor is a much easier system to play in.
Yeah,
So I'll give you that. Who do you have at 5 and 6? How do you have Browning and Rush ordered? It doesn't really matter.
yeah. I'm
They
tempted
both
to
suck.
put Browning over Rush. They're both just because
Yeah.
Browning had that little glimmer of hope last season.
Yeah.
And if we're ranking
Rush
them off of,
just looked really bad.
their
Rush got
careers,
ranked Rush got benched for Tyler Huntley, who isn't terrible, but
Pro Bowl quarterback Tyler Huntley. So
True.
are we doing Browning then Rush?
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Okay.
Sounds
A
good.
quick clutch call this week, but our ranking of the backup quarterbacks to start multiple games this season. Number 1, Mac Jones. Number 2, Jacoby Brissett. Number 3, Tyrod Taylor. Number 4, Carson Wentz. Number 5, Jake Browning. Number 6, Cooper Rush. And that concludes our 10 questions, our weekly 10 football questions.
Nice.
So we are at the end here. Let's get a little bit off topic really quick to end it off. We're nearing the end of the year, and last week we kind of went over our favorite songs and albums of the year. Let's do the same with movies. What are our favorite movies that we've seen this year? Ronnie, what do you got?
I brought 5. Just to say, a lot of the newer movies that have come out and ones that are coming out, I'm very excited for. So maybe my list will change by
True.
December. I haven't seen
Yes.
Frankenstein yet, but I've heard very good things. Like The Running Man seems fun. The new Knives Out seemed pretty good. Not to mention Zootopia 2. So got that circled. And I'm missing one, but I can't name it off the top of my head. But number 5, I think the movies just get better as the year goes on. I have Sinners.
I have Sinners at 5.
Wow.
We're on the same page there.
Beginning of the year, I was like, wow, great movie. Not, as high as some other people were, but amazing. I got to meet Delroy Lindo in person. He was in that
Really?
movie, yeah. Just a
That's sick.
fun, cool vampire movie, but it didn't hit me as hard as some of the others, which is, I mean, it's expected. I don't think a Ryan Coogler movie is made, for me, but I just think some of the other movies on this list hit me more like emotionally.
Why isn't it made for you, Ronnie?
I'm just saying I'm not his target audience. It's okay. It's okay. Anyways, what
do you mean by
what
that?
other movie do you have? What other movie do you have?
I haven't watched a lot of movies in the second half of the year. Most of my movie watching for new movies ended at the end of the summer. And also, I'm a big superhero guy. I'm very biased to the superhero movies, so I don't really feel the need to explain it. I'm just gonna go through my top 5. 5, I had Sinners, very good movie. Thunderbolts was my number 4. Marvel kind of came back with that one. It shouldn't have flopped. It was a great movie. Number 3, Fantastic Four. I was higher on that movie than a lot of people. I liked it a lot. Maybe it's just because I love the Fantastic Four and I love superheroes. But number 2, Weapons. I loved Weapons. I'm not big into horror movies, but it was very good. And then number 1, Superman. Superman was amazing.
Yeah.
Don't go in these comments defending Zack Snyder, please. Don't do that.
Superman
Don't
was
do that.
great. Sadly, I did have to leave it off my list.
Understandable though.
Number 4,
That's fine.
and this movie I think really benefited from the theater experience. I'm not sure how good it'll be at home unless you have like a really good sound system. Warfare. Warfare was a crazy movie. Just the sound of that movie. It was just about the SEAL Team 6 extracting, from wherever, I forget. But it was like a true story kind of movie, and it all took place in real time pretty much. It was a crazy concept. The sound was incredible. I just thought it was a great movie. Number 3,
Nice.
you get it, Weapons. I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on Weapons. Weapons is a slept-on movie. I
Before you get to number 1, let me say a piece.
Okay.
You say number 2, and then let me guess number 1.
My number 2 is One Battle After Another.
Oh, I want to see that so bad.
Paul Thomas Anderson, once again, incredible movie. He's just every movie he makes is gold, but this one was just start to finish. You're not bored for a second. Super entertaining. Amazing performances from Sean Penn, from Tiana Taylor, Chase Infinity, not to mention Leonardo DiCaprio. Incredible movie. The one thing I will say is, I was just talking about like hitting you emotionally. It didn't hit me as emotionally as my number 1, but I think it
Is your number 1 on a scale of 1 to 10? How serious is your number 1?
I'd say pretty serious.
Is it okay? Never mind. I thought you were gonna pull some tomfoolery. I thought you were gonna put like, what is it, War of the Worlds with 50
No,
Cent or
War of the
something?
Worlds with Ice Cube.
I was fully expecting that.
No,
But go
no,
ahead. Sorry.
no. My number 1 is The Long Walk. I think that movie, when I walked out of the theaters, the quickest I've ever been like, wow, that was amazing. I think it's timeless. All these other movies feel a bit 2025-y. The Long Walk felt timeless. Felt like it could have come out 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Stephen King adaptation. It's kind of simple compared to some of these other movies. The whole point is you just walk. Last one to walk, survives.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Hunger Games thing, directed by the person who directed Hunger Games.
Really?
I just thought it was an amazing movie. Amazing performances by Cooper Hoffman and shit, I'm forgetting his name, Johnson.
Yeah. I can't say my piece about 3 of the movies you saw because I only saw Weapons and Sinners out of those top 5, but yeah, seemed like a good list. I mean, those are some of the movies I got some of the higher praise from what I saw. I'll watch them when they get to streaming.
Yeah, watch The Long Walk and One Battle After Another.
Yeah.
Watch all of them. They're all amazing.
All right. Well, anything else you got before we get out of here, Ronnie?
No, I think we're good.
All right, sounds good then. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe down below. It is completely free, and make sure to turn on notifications so you get notified for future episodes. Also, make sure to like the video. Please leave questions in the comments if you want to see us answer those on the podcast. We are dying to see some of the questions from you guys. Follow us on social media, which will be linked in the description, and we will see you guys on next week's edition of Clutch 10.